both squads believing this will be a great year. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Phoenix Suns as they go up against the Dallas Mavericks. Well, for the Mavericks, they put in a whole lot of hard work and preparation in the offseason. We saw them already in the preseason, and now all those adjustments get put to the test for a game that's going to count, and they're hoping to start out 1-0. And another NBA season about to start. Shaq, we've talked about it. You can feel, I don't know, an air of excitement that's a little different than in years past.
There's a number of talented teams all wanting that ring.
Wide open roadways of downtown Phoenix shining as dusk falls. Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. This Arizona crowd ready to roar in this Western Conference matchup for the Phoenix Suns. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first game of the NBA's regular season. Last season, they had the upper hand in the series, going 3-1 against these guys.
And they were able to take the season series in that matchup last year. But overall, two teams that were very similar in the standing.
Yeah, they were able to make the plays to come out on top, but it really could have gone either way. And you could say the same for tonight's game.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Matthews out there with Darren Williams. And it's Pachulia in at the center, locking down the middle. On defense, the Mavericks. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to talk with Jeff Hornacek for a moment. The topic of conversation, Darren Williams. He was quick to point out what a heady player Darren is, saying when he's out there on the floor, he just reads every situation and more or less acts like a coach out there. When you combine that with Williams' scoring ability, you can see why he is so feared around the NBA.
Thank you, Doris. And he gets it to go.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
For Phoenix, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game.
Wes Matthews, a hard-nosed player on the wing. Strong frame, and he really does put it to good use at both ends.
Now, here's Tucker. Buries the long-range jumper. Tucker's got 5 points so far.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Matthews, no good. Speaking of Matthews' strength, he really gets into you defensively.
Yeah, he wants to make you feel it. I mean, very physical. And offensively, he likes to post up and back down weaker, smaller defenders. I mean, you give him that mismatch, he will attack it with vigor.
For Phoenix, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. And there's the feed to Booker. Bledsoe outside. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Well, let's take a look at last year's Dallas Mavericks and where they ranked in the NBA. Second in points off turnovers. Third in scoring. And they also showed up in the top 5 in fewest turnovers. When you squeeze the orange and take care of the basketball like they do, you put yourself in position to win.
And go back to points off those turnovers. I mean, teams really get caught unprepared to deal with that blitzing style, that trapping, diving in the passing lanes, and then running it down your throat in transition. I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, Len, good.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Villanueva's got himself on the board with 3 there.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Len sets a screen for Knight. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Nowitzki, the pass to Villanueva, kicks to Parsons. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Passes to Felton. The dish to Villanueva. Pass to Barea. There's the triple. And he gets it to go.
And that's good stuff from him. Nice touch.
The Suns leading. Knight into the lane. Len dishes to Knight. We got 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Fast break, Dallas. Felton leading the charge. And Parsons slams it in.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Weems. Here's Lure. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. It's all tied in Phoenix. And don't go away. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long...
When I first got here, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it in this league. To be named with all these names is an unbelievable honor, and it's been a crazy ride.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player, Clark, destined for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, people now talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in NBA history, for sure.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. What stands out to you from the Suns in this one?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Deron Williams out there with Matthews, and it's Pachulia in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And sometimes it feels like Brandon Knight is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA. The poor guy just doesn't get much respect.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Through the end of last season, he'd already been on 3 teams in 5 years. On one hand, it may be disrespectful, but teams recognize his ability, too.
Booker, he's checked in for Brandon Knight.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either, Greg. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
And Tucker kicks to Chandler. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here is Williams. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. A 3 from Matthews. And he gets it to go. Matthews has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Really good job of creating just enough space to let that one fly.
Morris against Nowitzki. And the wide open shot from Morris. Mavericks with the rebound. The Phoenix Suns weren't terrible at home by any means last year. They ended up over 500, but Greg, they weren't quite dominant enough at home to get in the playoffs.
That's a great point. I mean, they finished the year +3 in terms of wins at home. Not bad, but not good enough when you're talking about that Western Conference.
And Tucker has it in the corner. And he's good on the 3-ball. Tucker's got 8 here in the quarter.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Williams kicks to Parsons. Let's go. Chandler with the rebound.
When you talk about the Suns, their play at home sums up their season. When you are just above average in the West, you won't be in the playoffs. You've got to be really good at home to make it in the West in the playoffs.
And Phoenix had some turnover issues at home last year, but overall, and to drive this home, they just were okay here in this building, and that's not going to cut it.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Suns.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
Alex Len's checked in for Phoenix. T.J. Warren comes in for P.J. Tucker. Bledsoe passes to Warren. He kicks it to Morris. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. Morris has got his second basket of the night. Mavericks trail by 7. Dishes it to Evans. Good.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
The Suns have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Morris with the bucket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Takes a 3. Harris misses. Suns leading by 7. Lots of room. And it's off the back rim. No good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And it's Evans missing. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Villanueva against Bledsoe. Out to the right wing. Wide open. Count that one. And it's a 9-point Phoenix lead. We've got 13 seconds left here in the second. To the paint. It's tipped. Stolen by Len. And Bledsoe, here we go. It's a hand on it. Great positioning on the putback. Len's got his second bucket.
He never gives up on a missed shot. He feels like everyone is his, and that tip-in paid off for him.
And so we wrap up the first half. Suns lead by 11. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Tyson, what has been the key to enabling your team to control the tempo of this game throughout this first half?
I think the way we came out defensively, we locked into their sets. We're taking them out what they want to accomplish. Because of that, we're able to make some shots on the other end.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. The biggest lead for them during the period was 6. They're in a terrific position now thanks to their flawless execution in the second quarter. Some excellent work offensively now has them up 11 at the break. And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get started. Now back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
Take a look at what Tucker's been doing. 13 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Tucker and Morris holding the forward spots. Booker out there at Bledsoe. And it's Chandler in at the center position. They're the group for Jeff Hornacek starting the second half.
In Dirk Nowitzki last season, I felt like the first time we saw real signs of wear and tear from all the years of him playing. His field goal percentage, points per game, rebounds, all off his career averages. And that said, though, he's still a crafty, dangerous guy to have to go up against.
Phoenix leading by 11. Bledsoe dishes to Booker. Pass to Morris. Lots of room. Here's Chandler, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. And that's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
Dallas calls timeout.
You know, there was a time when some thought Tyson Chandler would be a draft bust. But, you know, it took some time before he found his niche and has been one of the best bigs in the NBA for the span of his career. You know, that shows you also when you draft guys out of high school, they're going to need a couple more years to really define who they are as players.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. John Lure comes in for Morris, and it's Brandon Knight in for Booker. To the inside. And Chandler sends it back.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Offensive rebound. Feeds it to Knight. Tucker. That's his 4th miss. He's made 5 of 9. Mavericks trail by 10. Parsons attacking. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Here's Bledsoe. Good D by Williams. Chandler was a bit of a late bloomer, but you can't argue with his presence on the floor now.
Well, he won a title and embodies what you need to do in order to win titles. I mean, Chandler makes all the difference on defense, and that's why teams will just still want him even late in his career.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Sonny Weems checks in for Eric Bledsoe. A minute 50 left here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Knight. That one goes. Coming. And the Suns lead by 8.
Whether by design or accident, that was a very high-quality shot they created.
And Parsons kicks to Williams. Knight grabs the board.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Some changes for Phoenix. Glenn's checked in for Chandler. And it's T.J. Warren in for P.J. Tucker.
T.J. Warren.
Here's Lure. Over to the left wing. Warren the pass to Knight. Here's Weems. Banked in off the glass. Weems got his first basket.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Knight dishes to Warren. Back to Knight. Glenn a screen. Weems' shot is good. Weems got his 2nd basket.
Brandon Knight certainly can pass the on.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Takes it from 10. Another one falls for Phoenix.
Wow, you don't see him make plays like that very often. That's a nice move there for the basket.
And the pass to Matthews. Fires from 14. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball.
Caught him off guard with that move. It definitely had the element of surprise. Nobody expected him to bust out a spin, but it worked beautifully that time.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Phoenix ahead, up by 12. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. Here's Bledsoe. On the floor for Dallas starting the 4th quarter here. Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Deron Williams out there with Matthews. And it's Pachulia in at the 5 spot. And Matthews kicks to Parsons. Stolen by Tucker. And stolen by Nowitzki. Tries from the block. Morris with the block. But he stays with it. Parsons on the wing. Guarded by Tucker. And the miss by Parsons. Suns leading by 12. Here's Booker. Matthews with the rebound. Dallas has gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Nowitzki outside, lets it go with a 3, and the shot is good. Nowitzki's got it back down to within single digits for the Mavs.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
And Bledsoe, here we go.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular. Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle was saying to the team. Guys, I know we've been battling. You may feel a little bit gassed, but we got to dig deep right now and find a way. Take a deep breath and let's get it done. Kevin?
And thank you for that, Doris. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. He feeds it to Chandler. Morris inside. Defended by Nowitzki. Rejected by Nowitzki.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
Guys, it's been their weakness to this point in the game, but they're still alive.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
And Tucker kicks to Bledsoe. 5 to shoot. The Suns need to get a shot off. Booker. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. And the Suns lead by 12. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And it's good.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Evan Harris is checked in for the Mavericks. Matthews passes to Parsons.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
So the first one drops, and that brings them to within 10. The Suns making a switch here. Knight's checked in. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Now, here's Tucker. Not a lot of room. He dishes it to Booker. Knight kicks to Chandler, and he jams it with authority.
Good, just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fellas wearing the rim out.
Harris misses.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Yeah, they brought the sandpaper edge to their attack, really fighting and scrapping inside. A lot of grit and grind with these guys.
Now, here's Tucker. He's covered by Matthews.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Suns.
And Clark, their hard work on the glass paid off.
You know, they both are excellent rebounding teams. I thought it was a tough battle underneath both ways.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Tucker. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes him tough to defend.
Clark, what you know about Sade? Smooth operator, but I agree with you. I think we're all seeing that right now.
Yes, indeed.
Here's Anderson, and that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
So it's the Suns winning easily here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, congratulations on the win, Brandon. And what did you guys do well tonight that helped contribute to your success?
Oh, we just stay focused. Today we were able to continue to, try to stick to our game plan, get stops, and, just continue to crash the boards. We were able to stay to, true to what we practice and, what we believe in.
It all.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, so is Shaquille O'Neal. Time now for some highlights as we take a look at our Jordan player of the game.
He shot over 50% from the field in the game, a testament to how hard he worked to always find the best look possible. He was in constant motion. He found those guys.